water treatment plant for Rio Cobre. Prime Minister announces measures to alleviate drought and updates the nation on former Prime Minister's health. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Anthony Morgan. $100 million has been set aside for the National Water Commission to truck water to corporate area communities that don't have the commodity. The government has also ramped up its tank distribution drive in constituencies affected by the water shortage. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced these and other plans during last Tuesday's sitting of Parliament. He said the measures were put in place to alleviate worsening drought in Kingston and St. Andrew as well as sections of St. Catherine.
We understand the great level of frustration and the inconvenience this has caused in affected households and places of business. And most importantly, Mr. Speaker, we appreciate the patience and understanding being exercised by residents.
With the National Water Commission producing 28 million gallons of water less than its daily capacity, Prime Minister Andrew Holness urged Jamaicans to practice water conservation.
I take this opportunity to make an appeal to residents to conserve. Now is the time that we have to conserve.
The Prime Minister also unveiled medium to long-term plans to increase access to potable water in the Kingston metropolitan region. He announced a $160 million program to increase storage and improve water generation, production and distribution. Of that amount, $60 million will be used to construct a 15 million gallon per day water treatment plant along the Rio Cobre River. Work is also nearing completion on transmission mains along the Hagley Park and Constant Spring roads.
With the works now underway, we are building the resilience of our water infrastructure. We are hoping that when the heavens open up and the rains do come, we will be in a better position to save this precious resource and to improve the conditions of our people.
Mr. Holness said money would also be spent to upgrade and repair other water transmission mains across the corporate area. These include $60 million and pipelines between 6 Miles and North Street. Waterworks will also be conducted along Washington Boulevard between Stanton Terrace and Moresco Road, Kings House Gate to West Kings House Road, Norman Manley Airport Road to Port Royal and Seaview to Jacks Hill. To increase water generation, the state will be digging more wells on the eastern end of the island, building a new water catchment facility at the Hermitage Reservoir and conducting dredging at the Mona Dam. Phase 2 of the Yalas water supply system is also being reviewed to channel water to the Mona Reservoir from the Yalas and Swift rivers.
There is no doubt that a significant number of persons are being impacted by the current water situation every day. The government recognizes that this can have a negative impact on our economic growth. And therefore we see this for the inconvenience and frustration that it is, but we also see it as a threat to our economic recovery. And therefore we have to make the necessary investments now, both for the present, medium and long term.
By Wednesday, Minister without portfolio Pernell Charles Jr. toured the Constant Spring Water Treatment Plant, the Mona Reservoir and the Southbury Sewage Treatment Plant.
We are vulnerable because of our dependency on rainwater, and so we have to see that we can increase the efficiency with which we treat with the water that we capture. At the same time, we have to look on other sources and other ways to provide the improved efficiency and distribution that is required, particularly in Kingston and metropolitan area.
Minister Charles says he will be conducting an all-island tour of the National Water Commission sites. Wednesday also saw the Economic Growth Council issuing its 8th report to the nation. Council Chairman Michael Leachin said the country had performed well in key sectors over the last 3 years. Among them, the fall of the national debt, increase in the net international reserves, stable inflation rate, and consumer and business confidence at all-time highs. With the positive turnaround in the economy, Mr. Leachin encouraged Jamaicans to take advantage of the environment by investing.
We need to make sure as Jamaicans that we take advantage of the opportunity that is now. We in Jamaica, we need to defer gratification, consume less, save more, invest more right now.
Following news that former Prime Minister Edward Seaga had been hospitalized, Mr. Holness told the nation that Mr. Seaga was in positive spirits. Prime Minister Holness gave the update Thursday after visiting the ailing Siaga at a Miami, Florida hospital on Wednesday. He said Mr. Siaga was told of Jamaica's economic recovery and the progress made in football. The well wishes expressed by the Jamaican people were also conveyed to Mr. Siaga. And on Saturday, the Prime Minister remembered the life and work of former Prime Minister Hugh Lawson Shearer during a wreath-laying ceremony at National Heroes Park. Mr. Holness said the former Prime Minister dedicated his life in service to Jamaica and was instrumental in shaping the nation. And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Anthony Morgan. Thanks for watching.